Okay, hot historians, today you're going to take notes on Native Americans and early explorers. Remember, as you're watching the video, you can pause the video or you can rewind the video in order to make sure you're getting the information. If I were you, I will listen to the video twice. You can either listen and then write down the notes, or write down the notes and then listen. The important part is that you make sure you understand the information, so that's why I suggest listening to it twice. If you have questions, please write down your questions, maybe in the margins or on a sticky note, and then be prepared to ask those questions in class the next time we meet. These notes for Native American and early explorers will start on page 11 and continue on page 12 of your notebook. These notes should be in the classwork section of your notebook. So let's go ahead and get started with Native Americans. Before the arrival of the Europeans, highly developed native cultures flourished in the Americas. In Central and South America, the Maya, Aztecs, and Incas had vast empires that included huge cities with roads, irrigation systems, and government systems. So Native Americans already had an established culture. They already had developed roads, irrigation systems, and government systems in North, South, and Central America. The Native Americans are the indigenous people and culture of the United States. Indigenous people. Repeat after me. Indigenous. Very good. Indigenous mean they were here first. Original settlers. They lived throughout North and South America. Different tribes and cultures lived in different areas. The Native Americans were grouped into tribes or nations, usually based on the area they lived in and their cultures, such as their religion, customs, and languages. So basically they were grouped together based on those commonalities or based on their culture, and they were the original people here. In a few minutes, I would like for you to pause the video, and to check for your understanding of the first two slides, I want you to draw two pictures on this side and two pictures on this side, or on the margins or in the margins, to represent the information. You can use the information given to you today, or you can use previous knowledge of anything you already know about Native Americans. Make sure your pictures are in color. So at this moment, I would like for you to pause the video and draw your 4 pictures. Alright, now that you have drawn your pictures to represent Native Americans and you have taken notes on Native Americans, let's start on European explorers. Why did these people go on these expeditions? Why did explorers want to go on expeditions? The 3 G's, the 3 reasons, the 3 main reasons why they wanted to explore or go on expeditions. Let's start with the first one, greed. These explorers were greedy. They were after gold and world power. It was all about money, 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 money. So they were all greedy. They were all about stacking paper and making money. That was one of the reasons why they went on expeditions. Glory, fame. They wanted everybody to know their name. It was all about them getting back to their country, walking down the street, people looking at them. Christopher Columbus, homeboy, I know what you did. Good job. You're famous. People going to read about you in years and for years and years and years. Ferdinand Magellan, you the man. You rock. I see you. Sir Francis Drake, you got it. You all right. Glory. They wanted to be glorified and famous. Another G, God. They wanted to spread their religion. They wanted everybody to follow their religion. So God, the 3 G's, greed, glory, God. Now, how well do you understand those 3 G's? Causes of European exploration. In a few minutes, you're going to pause the video and draw a chart just like this one. Cause, 3 G's. And then you want to write under the cause section these phrases right here, and you want to write in this section which G represent this phrase, cause. European desire for new trade routes, greed, glory, God. Growing power and wealth of European nations. Was this greed, glory, or God? Competition for trade. Greed, glory, or God. Missionaries' desire to convert others to Christianity. This one is quite easy. Is that greed, glory, or God? So pause the video, fill in these 3 G's. When we meet again as a class, we're going to go over this column right here, and I'm going to ask you what did you put in for the causes, and we're going to discuss these as a class. If you need to, rewind the video to make sure you understand the 3 G's and then write that information in. So go ahead and pause, complete the chart, and then start again. Now, you have the 3 G's and you have the causes of European exploration. What are the effects of European exploration? Knowledge grows about other regions. So you have this information, or you have the explorers going on these expeditions, so there's an increased knowledge of the regions that they've never been to before. Then they want to continue this knowledge, so they continue exploring to get more knowledge of these places. European and Native Americans clash. Remember I told you that Native Americans were what type of people? Indigenous, right? They were here first, so you had the Europeans coming over trying to claim their land. That's going to cause a conflict. It wasn't a conflict with all Europeans and Native Americans, because some of them got along and they used each other's resources in order to cohabitate or to get along. Enslavement of Africans. Pretty soon the Europeans' diseases started taking out the Native Americans, and some of the Native American tribes started to move away. So the Europeans had to find someone to build up the New World, so they started using slaves for Africa. Rivalry in the Americas grow. Rivalry in America grow. So after a while, you have all of these different European countries trying to claim land in North America, so that's going to cause a conflict. Plus you have the Native Americans trying to hold on to their land because they were here first, because they are the what type of people? Did you say indigenous? Very good. They were indigenous people, so you have this competition and rivalry in the Americas. So you know the 3 G's, you know the causes, you know the effects of European exploration. So let's look at some of these explorers. Each country began to finance voyages of exploration to see who could find a quick and profitable trade route. So the country started giving these explorers some money to say, hey, go out and find the quickest way and the most profitable means giving me money, trade route. Portugal took the lead in exploration. They wanted to find a new route to China and India. Spanish explorers claimed Florida, some of the Caribbean islands, and the southwestern North America. Explorers from France followed rivers and lakes into the interior of North America. Now, in a few minutes, you're going to pause the video to make sure you get this chart copied down. Early explorers. One column, you're going to have explorers and their name. Ponce de Leon, Hernando de Soto, Giovanni Verrazano, Sir Francis Drake, Francisco Vasquez de Coronado, Amerigo Vespucci, Sir Walter Raleigh, and Henry Hudson, the explorers. Who did they sail for? What country financed their exploration, or who did they sail for? What region did they sail to, or the significance? What does significance mean? Importance. What was the purpose of their voyage or expedition? So pause the video, copy down this chart. Okay? When you're taking notes, you're only going to fill in the information. You're not going to copy down everything for Ponce de Leon. You're only going to copy down the information that's relevant to this chart. There will be additional information, but you're only copying down what's relevant to the charts. So let's start with Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon sailed for Spain, was in search of gold in the Fountain of Youth, and explored Florida. So where it says sailed for, you're going to put Spain, region, significance, you're going to put Florida. So go ahead and do that for Ponce de Leon. Sailed for Spain, region, Florida. Okay, let's continue. De Soto sailed for Spain. seeking gold, silver, and jewels. First known European to cross the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River is here. Traveled through Florida west into the continent. So write down who he sailed for and the region or significance of his voyage. Okay, you understand? Great. Verrazano sailed for France. Helped to establish a French claim in North America. Explored the northeastern coast of North America from Carolinas to Nova Scotia. So he sailed for France. And here's his name right here. And this is where he sailed. The coast right here. Drake. Not the rapper Drake, but Sir Francis Drake. He sailed for England. Explored the coast of California, claiming it for England. So he sailed right here, and there's his name. So this was his area that he explored. Helped establish English presence in the New World. First explorer to sail around the world. Coronado sailed for Spain, looking for fabled 7 cities of gold. Explored present-day Arizona and New Mexico, which would be right up in here. Vespucci sailed for Spain, showed that the New World was not Asia, but an unknown new continent. The name America derives from his first name, Amerigo. And his exploration is right here. You can see his name is right here. Sir Walter Raleigh sailed for England, provided the backing that led to the establishment of the Virginia colony of Roanoke Island, and led an expedition to find El Dorado, the fabled golden land. And Roanoke Island is in here. Now it said that Sir Walter Raleigh didn't go on these expeditions. He provided the backing for most of the expeditions that came to North America. Henry Hudson sailed for the Netherlands, discovered the Hudson River, the Hudson Strait, and the Hudson Bay. And the Hudson River is in New York. So right in here should be New York. Financed by the Muscovy Company to make voyages of exploration to the New World, to discover a passage by the North Pole to Japan and China. So remember, for the early explorers, the only thing you were doing was filling in this chart. Who they sailed for, the region, and the significance of their voyage. Those are your notes on Native Americans and early explorers. I created a little rap to help summarize this information. I hope you like it. It goes a little something like this. The Native Americans were here first. The men of Europe had a thirst for land, gold, and fame. To claim some land in their name, they sailed for months, days, and years, and often failed by native spears. The curiosity formed a nation, but eventually forced natives to reservation. This is my rap. I hope you like it. Can you top that?